There is a key component to healing that you may not even realize is absolutely necessary, and that thing is gratitude. And I want to talk to you about it. If you want to know how gratitude can actually help you heal your broken heart, accelerate that healing process, then join me right after this. Hey sis, welcome to Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing. Are you hurt and confused after a recent breakup? Are you having thoughts like, I can't believe I'm here again. Why wasn't I enough for him? Or I'm never going to get married? Do you find yourself Googling how to get past the breakup or how to heal my broken heart? Do you start your morning feeling like you can finally breathe again, only to fall apart when you see a picture of your ex on social media? Hey sis, I'm Candace. I too was a single Christian woman who was heartbroken but still desired marriage. I too had numerous failed relationships and wished the right man would come along. I wanted closure from past relationships, healing for my heart, and I wanted to feel joy in my life again. But the truth is, I had no idea where to start or how to make any of this happen until I found the secret, partnering with God to heal from heartbreak. In this podcast, you will find tips for moving on after breakups, growing your relationship with God, and preparing for future relationships so that you will heal your heart and be ready to move forward into the life you desire. So turn off those heartbreak songs and turn me up in those earbuds. It's time to heal, sis. Hey sis, and welcome back for another episode of Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing. I am so excited that you are here on today. I know that you are in a tough spot, a tough season, but I want you to know that God does not have you out here by yourself. He has entrusted me with this assignment to actually help you on this healing journey. I'm so grateful that He chose me. And so we're here to walk this thing out together. So I hope that, if you're new here, that you catch up on all of the episodes. We have so many of them to help you in this season and it's hard time. And of course, if you've been rocking with me, just make sure that you are staying up to date. Either way, make sure that you hit your subscribe button wherever you are listening. And also, if you have not yet left your 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts, please go and leave your review. It really helps the show and it helps other people just like you to find the show. So you guys, I cannot believe that this is the week before Thanksgiving. I cannot believe it. And the year's just flying by so fast. And I am actually really looking forward to next week because I get a little break from work. Y'all, I have been so busy and I apologize to all of you who are in the Facebook group and even on my email list. I've been a little inconsistent in the past month just because I am exhausted and I am working extremely hard at my job at the 9-to-5. And so it has kind of pulled me away from, having the energy to really get in here. But I definitely want to make sure that I am putting out an episode for you guys every week. And so I praise the Lord that I've been consistent with that part. But just hang in there with me, y'all, in this season. It'll get better. I'm praying that it'll get better. So yeah, just hang in there. And so I know next week is Thanksgiving and you're probably like, well, not looking forward to it because this Thanksgiving is not what I imagined. And I understand that all too well. I know I've had my seasons and my single years, and I'm not even going to lie, even being married and not being in the place in my marriage where I wanted to be, it's tough to kind of walk in and go to family, still try to smile on the outside when you're feeling like your soul is crushed on the inside, your heart is broken. That is tough. But I just want to talk about gratitude on today because regardless of what you do this holiday season, right? It may not be what you want it to be, and you may be doing things a little bit differently. And you may be laying low, whatever you choose to do, that is completely up to you. I do have a few holiday, specific Thanksgiving episodes from the past 2 years. So make sure you check those out. I'll try to link them in the show notes. But I just want to talk about gratitude in general because I don't want us to wait until Thanksgiving to think, this is the only time we should be expressing gratitude for anything or that gratitude can't help us in our day-to-day lives, specifically as you are going through this healing journey of yours, right? You're working on healing your broken heart. And I want you to know that, first of all, I want you to know that you have something to be thankful for. Let's start there, because the devil will have you out here thinking, look, that relationship is over. You lost the man that you love. Your life is over. You have nothing to be thankful for. And that is a lie from the pit of hell. It needs to be thrown back to hell where it came from, because you absolutely have at least one thing to be grateful for and thankful for. And if you really think about it, I'm more than sure you have more than one. So make sure that you don't sit in that mindset of, oh, Thanksgiving, I have nothing to be thankful for. Don't let that thought creep into your mind. Definitely don't let it take root and start, driving you down a really dark path, because it's a lie. It's not even the truth. So don't let it take control over you in that way. But like I said, I want to talk about gratitude in a general sense that, you have so much to be thankful for, but also gratitude is a necessary component to healing. It really, really is. And I really talk about it in my course, Grieving the Living. Side note, there's going to be a Black Friday sale next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're not on my email list, sis, you might want to get on there, because email list, get the deets first. Okay. But that will be happening next week. But I talk about it as one of the two really major key components to healing. And it's really a key that kind of unlocks the door, because when you are grateful and have a grateful heart, that gratitude really softens your heart. So what tends to happen when you have your heart broken, when you go through a breakup, you feel this loss and you feel this grief, and your heart kind of starts to harden. It becomes a hardened heart. And the Bible warns us against having a hardened heart. But what gratitude does is that it softens that heart. It makes it the heart of flesh, which the Bible tells us is what we want to have. Okay? Because a heart of flesh allows things to be taken out that don't need to be there. And it also allows God to pour things in, and even other people pour things in that do need to be there, that will water us and nurture us in this season, or whatever season that you find yourself in. So it's really, like I said, it's really key to soften your heart. And when your heart is able to be softened, then you're able to get the nutrients needed in order to help put your life back together, get you back on track, and actually heal, actually go through that healing process and receive everything that you need to receive. Okay. So let's kind of talk about how that gratitude softens your heart. All right. Number one, it helps to reframe your thinking. Okay. So you might have what they call stinking thinking right now, because you are in a negative place. You're in a negative mindset because of what happened to you. And so you tend to only see the bad when something bad has happened to you. But when you are grateful, you begin to shift your thoughts to the positive. And instead of thinking about what you don't have and what bad things happen to you, you start to be grateful for what you do have and for the good things that have happened in your life, and even the good that continues to happen. You're more readily able to see it. Number two, it helps to build new neural pathways in the brain after the breakup. So put my psychology hat on for a second. We have these neural pathways in the brain that are formed mostly, our deepest neural pathways in the brains are things that are habits for us, things that we typically do every day. Those type of things build these actual like road type things in our brain, and it allows those neural pathways allow our thoughts and actions to connect. Okay. And so if you are grateful and you practice gratefulness, then you can diminish those neural pathways of negative thinking, and you build the neural pathways of more positive thinking so that it becomes more habitual. The positive thinking is what you will gravitate towards faster as you practice gratitude. Okay. And number three, it helps initiate your kindness towards others. All right. So you may be like, what does that have to do with healing? Sis, being able to be kind to other people, even in a season that is not very desirable, helps you more than you would know. Because when you can see someone else's face light up because of an action or a word that you have said to them, that does your heart good. When you're able to be kind towards other people, it just naturally produces endorphins in the brain, right? Those feel-good hormones in the brain when you get to be kind to others, and especially when others are able to receive your kindness. And so when you're able to show gratitude, then that initiates you to be kind to others, not necessarily that you're showing gratitude to that person, but just because you have a grateful heart. It allows you to be more susceptible to kindness towards others. Number 4, it helps to transform your undesirable emotions into desirable emotions. And so I talk in my course, Grieving the Living, about switching the language about positive and negative emotions to more desirable and undesirable emotions. And so, we can have a wide range of emotions, and it is the effect that the emotions have on us that makes them desirable or undesirable. And so when you are in this negative headspace and you're not grateful for anything, then you tend to have a lot more undesirable emotions, and you sit there and you wonder, why am I thinking like this? Why am I feeling like this? Why do I have these type of emotions versus the emotions that I want to have versus the emotions that I desire to have? Well, that's because you have to practice gratitude. There are certain things that feed desirable emotions, okay? And so if you want more desirable emotions, then practice being grateful. It will help to produce the feelings that you actually want to feel. And then lastly, number 5, gratitude increases your intimacy and your relationship with God. And so as you show gratitude to God for what he has done for you, for him being with you, for him loving you, for him giving his only son for you, it increases that intimacy. You're able to praise God. You're able to worship him. And just, with that grateful heart, it's so important. It's so important because what is it? I've given y'all the scripture several times. Philippians 4, I think it's 6-8. But it talks about that anxiety, right? And so it talks about the peace that surpasses all understanding. But in order to get that peace that surpasses all understanding, you first have to petition God. And it says petition him with prayer and thanksgiving. Okay, so basically when you're petitioning, you're making your requests known to God. But Thanksgiving is one of those things that is a key component when you're doing that. It specifically states with thanksgiving, and thanksgiving is another word for gratefulness, for gratitude. And so petition him, bring your requests to him with gratitude, with a grateful heart, knowing that he's already done so much for you. You thanking him for what he's done, but also thank him for what he has promised to do for you. And if you're not sure what God has promised to do for you, go into his word and read it. He will tell you. You will find his promises in that Bible. So crack it open and start reading. And maybe he's given you a word specifically to you for your life and your situation. Believe him for it and be grateful that he has done that for you. Okay, so those are the ways that gratitude softens the heart and allows you to actually heal, to actually go through this healing process and heal your broken heart after this breakup or divorce that you have experienced. It is a key component as you are going through the grieving stage. In my course, Grieving the Living, I talk about grieving as, it's not a linear process. There's a lot of ups and downs, back and forths, but that gratitude component is as you are going through and you're getting through that rough patch, it's going to help bring you out of it. If you're like, I'm on the verge and I don't know what else to do, gratitude is one of those things. Now, you got to get the course to find out what the other thing is, right? That key component. But gratitude is definitely one of the things that will help you to come out of that dark space. Is it going to get you a man? No, that's not what it's there for. Is it going to get you into another relationship? No, that's not what it's there for. What it is there for is to help mend in you what has been broken. It's to help you to move past where you are to see what God has next for you, knowing that there is a next. It helps to build your hope in this season, okay? So just to recap, that gratitude is the thing that will help you heal, after that breakup or divorce. And it helps you by softening your heart. And the 5 ways that it softens your heart is: 1, it helps reframe your thinking. 2, it helps to rebuild your neural pathways in your brain after the breakup. It helps initiate kindness towards others. That's 3. 4, it helps to transform your undesirable emotions into desirable emotions. And 5, it increases intimacy in your relationship with God. Okay, so keep those things in mind. And as you go into Thanksgiving next week, I want you to start practicing gratitude. I have several episodes with a gratitude challenge that I did 2 years ago. And I encourage you, if you have not done that challenge, to go back, listen to those episodes from 2 years ago where I walked everyone through the gratitude challenge over the course. I think we did it over the course of 4 weeks. I think every week in November, we did a different challenge of things to be grateful for. And it's a journaling challenge. And so it just challenges you, and it gives you prompts in order for you to recognize the things that you have to be grateful for. If you feel like you're really in that place of not, wanting to be grateful, or if you really actually think you have nothing to be grateful for, go back and listen to those episodes. All right, so I love y'all so much. Again, keep your eyes and ears open for details on the sale next week, and I will talk to you again real soon. Love y'all. Bye. Hey sis, listen, if you have been blessed, changed, or inspired by this podcast in any way, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the #1 way that you can thank me and show support for the show. Also, if this podcast blessed you, don't keep it to yourself. Do a quick share and bless someone else. Please know I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I would love to hear from you. Come connect with me and other like-minded individuals in my Facebook group called Christian Women Overcoming Heartbreak and Finding Purpose. I can't wait to meet you back here really soon. Until then, remember to love the life you have while you're making it better. Love you, sis.